Just based on what you're reading and learning about Hendon Hooker, the way the organization feels about him, any quarterbacks, are they jumping off the page as potentially someone that the Lions could look at to draft? I know the Milrows are out there, but you recognize that, all right, maybe there's a chance. I think the chances are low that they draft another quarterback. Maybe they go veteran in regards to remaining competitive at the backup spot. I think Hendon Hooker, is still at this point in time, when you look at it, um, is a prospect that's developing, and you see a player that the organization still probably needs more from. So with Hendon Hooker, do you see competitiveness? Do you see them bringing in a veteran? Or do you say to yourself, hey, maybe there's a prospect that they can develop? They still got Jake Fromm, who obviously they believe in because they offered him a future reserves contract. I think the odds are low based on what you're hearing about the quarterback market later on in the draft. But anybody catch your attention that could be a developmental guy that the Lions bring in?
Yeah, I think that it's really interesting when you look at this quarterback class. I think it's a two-horse race at the top. Obviously, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders. I think both of those guys, just based on the value of the position and their overall traits, I think they'll both be top 10 picks. And then a lot of buzz on Jackson Dart as kind of the QB3. I'm not the biggest Jackson Dart guy. I just think in terms of fit with the Lions, he profiles a lot like how Hendon Hooker did coming out. And he doesn't, I don't think he necessarily has the arm talent that Hooker had, but I think that a lot of what they did offensively, if that makes sense, is similar. And it's a lot of progressions in front of him or easy reads to where if this is not taken away, I know I have this. Or if this pass over the middle isn't available, I know I've got my flats. And I think that just the nuance of the NFL game is going to take some time for him to adapt to. And so I don't really see that being a great fit. If you're going to look further down the line, um, a guy that's interesting, but I don't think the Lions will be in on is Tyler Shook out of Louisville. Just an older guy who I believe has played 7 years in college just due to injuries. And so age, obviously they've kind of taken that chance with Hendon Hooker, who was experienced coming out of college and a little bit on the older side. And I don't think they would want to do that again. So yeah, I mean, I don't really love the fits of some of these guys. I honestly, I like to be completely honest, I think the best fit in this class is Jalen Milrow. And the reason for that is you don't have to necessarily, play him as a quarterback right away. You can just put him in special packages or unique situations, and he can give you a different look for the offense if you're trying to kind of diversify your scheme. Because his ability to run, like he is really fast, he's an excellent runner. Obviously, the throwing, like there's a lot of concerns about his ability to throw the ball, but I think that his athletic ability of this group of quarterbacks, he's the guy who can help the Lions the most. And I'm not saying I'm drafting him at 28 or maybe he's still around at 60. Who knows? I think that potential will probably get him drafted fairly early. But there's a lot to like. If you're going to ask me what quarterback best fits the Lions, I think it's Jalen Milrow at this stage of the offseason.